Well, I think it's been very clear from his posture, tone, tenor that this guy is going to stay in this race as long as he keeps getting attention. He loves the stage. This guy is about as egotistical and arrogant and narcissist as you're going to find, and he loves the attention. He loves the spectacle of it all. He's not going to spend any money anymore on that because it's just good money after bad. He's smart enough to know that, but it still means he wants to be in that field, in the position. And frankly, I think that part of his game is to stay in there so that he can take shots at the other candidates and do Donald Trump's dirty work for him. He's almost the Donald Trump surrogate on stage during these debates. A lot of the times he carries all the water for Trump and does a lot of nasty attacking against candidates like Nikki Haley we've seen in more recent debates. And I think that, his end game is to try to score enough points with Trump by staying in it, fighting in a way that Trump really endorses and likes to see, and hopefully find himself in the Trump cabinet if that were to come to pass.
Kurt, staying with you, speaking of fighting and Nikki Haley, we've seen the identity politics ramped up around the different attacks on Nikki Haley, Donald Trump referring to her in a very sexist way, calling her a bird brain, and then Vivek Ramaswamy, of all people, noting that her gender card shtick is pathetic. In a space where we know that the notion of identity politics, meaning on the right, is somewhat of a radioactive term, is this a narrative that Nikki Haley has to be concerned about as she continues to try and climb in the polls?
I think that when you're trying to be the standard bearer of a party that is built upon white nationalism, sexism, misogyny, it really shouldn't shock you when you become the target of that type of rhetoric and attack lines, because that's your party. Those are the voters that you are actively trying to court to get to vote for you. These are the same voters who believe that it's okay to take a women's right to choose away, that it's okay for old white men to make decisions about your health care for you. It's the same type of things that we saw going after Hillary Clinton and the misogyny and sexism she was targeted from Republicans. Why Nikki Haley would think that she would be exempt from that is beyond me. She shouldn't. She should expect this. That's what's going to happen. And especially when you're running against people like Donald Trump, the ringleader of this type of attack, and that nastiness and ugliness and the way that it is overrun the Republican Party and replaced what used to be a party that talked more about conservatism and policy and has then been completely run over by these personality type, cult personality attacks. Like, yeah, that's par for the course, and that's the party you're trying to run, Nikki Haley, and good luck with that.
Cornell, last question to you. Donald Trump is about to go on trial at some point during next year. The campaign is heating up on both sides. President Biden right now is not polling well. The minute that these caucuses start, it seems like, and they get going, Donald Trump's going to go on trial, and presumably the entire news cycle the air is going to be sucked out. Does that hurt Biden more in terms of his ability to break through and do something about his poll numbers, or does it hurt Donald Trump in the sense that he's the presumptive nominee and he's also facing criminal indictments out the wazoo?
Well, I know I only have 30 seconds for this answer. One, I want to say there was a really good answer by my counterpart, my friend on the other side. It was a great answer. And no, it does not hurt President Biden for his opponent to be constantly on television under trial and threat of going to prison. No, that does not hurt him.
Two of the biggest brains I knew, and I knew we could get it done on this segment. Thank you both, Cornell Belcher and Kurt Bardella.